Hey there, coin enthusiasts and casual pocket change checkers. Have you ever found a penny on the ground and thought, not worth bending over for? Well, what if I told you that one single penny, just one, from 2014, with no mint mark, is worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million? That's right, a coin most people would toss in a tip jar could actually buy you a mansion, a luxury car, or enough tacos to last a lifetime. Stick around because today, we're diving deep into this legendary 2014 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. We'll break down how this happened, why it's so valuable, and how you can find one hiding in your loose change. Let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, I was at a convenience store, grabbing a soda, and the cashier handed me my change. As always, I did my quick glance, because, old habits die hard, and boom, there it was, a shiny, odd-looking 2014 penny. But, being in a rush, I shoved it in my pocket and forgot about it. Later, I checked my stash, and, well, it wasn't the penny, but ever since that moment, I've been obsessed with checking every single cent that comes my way. Moral of the story? Never underestimate the power of a penny. Now, let's talk about why this 2014 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is worth so much. First things first. What's with the no-mint mark? Usually, pennies from 2014 were made in either Philadelphia, which traditionally doesn't use a mint mark, Denver, which has a D, or San Francisco, which has an S. But this one, it's an ultra-rare error, an anomaly in the minting process. Experts believe only a handful were mistakenly struck without the expected details, making them one of the rarest modern-day coins in existence. And as every coin collector knows, rarity equals big money. So where did this crazy $1.8 million valuation come from? Back in early 2024, a rare coin auction made headlines when an anonymous collector paid nearly $2 million for this unique penny. Why? Because in the coin collecting world, these kinds of errors and flukes are like winning the lottery. The demand for rare error coins has skyrocketed, and collectors are willing to shell out serious cash for one-of-a-kind finds. Now, here's the real kicker, there could be more out there. Imagine finding one in your couch cushions, in a Coinstar machine reject slot, or just sitting in your coin jar. That's why checking your spare change is no joke. How do you know if you have the golden ticket, golden penny? A 2014 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Seriously? Double check it. A sharp, distinct edge, which indicates it wasn't just worn down over time. Any signs of doubling, unusual features, or anything that looks different from a normal penny. If you think you've got one, don't just toss it back in the coin jar. Take it to a professional coin dealer or get it certified by a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll verify if you're sitting on a potential fortune or just another everyday cent. So, what's the takeaway? That penny in your pocket could be worth more than a lifetime of paychecks. Always check your change, stay informed about valuable coins, and most importantly, don't assume that just because it's small, it's worthless. Now, if you love learning about valuable coins, rare finds, and how to make serious money from pocket change, make sure to subscribe. I post new videos breaking down the hottest coin collecting strategies, recent discoveries, and expert tips so you don't miss out. Hit that like button, share this video with a friend who never checks their change, and let me know in the comments. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Alright, folks, buckle up because today we're diving into a coin so rare, so valuable, it could turn your pocket change into a millionaire's dream. We're talking about the 1978 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, and its current market value is a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. Yep, you heard that right. A tiny copper penny, worth less than a gumball back in the day, is now worth more than a mansion in Beverly Hills. Now, before you go flipping over your couch cushions and raiding your piggy bank, let's break this down. Why is this penny worth so much? How can you tell if you have one? And what should you do if you hit the jackpot? Stick around because I'm about to spill all the details. Oh, and if you're new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more coin collecting tips that could make you rich. So, let's start with a little backstory. In 1978, the US Mint was cranking out Lincoln pennies like hotcakes. Most of these pennies had a mint mark, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But every now and then, a mistake slips through the cracks. A few of these 1978 pennies were struck without a mint mark, making them incredibly rare. And when rarity meets high demand, you get a coin worth nearly 2 million bucks. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one? Great question. Grab a magnifying glass. Yeah, that one you use to read the fine print on your car insurance, and check under the date. If there's no little letter there, you just might have struck gold. Or rather, copper. But hold on, before you start planning your dream vacation, you'll want to get that penny authenticated. Counterfeits exist, and you don't want to be that guy who thinks he's holding a treasure, only to find out he's got a fancy fake. Take it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll check it out, slap it in a protective case, and if it's legit, you're in for a serious payday. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was rummaging through an old jar of pennies that had been sitting in my garage since the 90s. You know, the one you swear you'll take to the bank someday but never do? Well, I started checking the dates, and my heart nearly stopped when I found a 1978 penny with no mint mark. I was already picturing my life on a private island, sipping coconut water and laughing at my past struggles. But after getting it checked, turns out it was just a worn-out Denver mint mark that had faded away. Talk about a roller coaster of emotions. Moral of the story: double check before you start spending that imaginary fortune. So, let's say you do have the real deal. What's next? Well, auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers are where the big money is. Collectors go wild for these rare pennies, and bidding wars can drive the price sky high. In fact, the most recent sale of a genuine 1978 no mint mark Lincoln penny brought in a staggering $1.9 million. Not bad for something most people overlook, so there you have it. The 1978 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, an unassuming little coin that could be your ticket to financial freedom. If you've got a stash of old pennies, take a closer look. You never know what hidden treasures might be waiting for you. And hey, if you love learning about coins worth big money, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and coin hunting strategies coming your way. Who knows? The next million-dollar penny might just be hiding in your change jar. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Hey, coin lovers! What if I told you there's a 2006 D. Lincoln penny floating around out there worth a whopping $1 million? Yep, you heard that right. A single, unassuming, copper-coated cent that could buy you a mansion, a sports car, or at least a lifetime supply of cheeseburgers, which, let's be honest, sounds like a solid investment. Now, before you start shaking every couch cushion in your house or tackling your piggy bank like a linebacker, let's dive into the details. What makes this particular penny so special? How can you find one? And most importantly, why is a tiny piece of change worth more than a luxury yacht? Stick around, because we're about to crack the case on this million-dollar mystery. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, I was at a gas station. I paid for my drink, got my change, and in that mix of pennies, I saw a 2006 D. Lincoln penny. It was just chilling there. Innocent, unassuming. I almost tossed it into the random junk drawer of doom, but something told me to check it out first. Long story short, it wasn't worth $1 million, but it taught me a valuable lesson. Always check your change. Because who knows? You might just hit the jackpot. All right, let's talk specifics. The 2006 D. Lincoln penny isn't just any regular penny. The reason it's worth so much comes down to a rare minting error. You see, sometimes the US Mint has a little oops moment. It could be a double die, a misalignment, a unique strike-through, or even a rare planchet error. And in this case, this million-dollar penny has a dramatic misprint that collectors are going nuts over. This particular error is believed to be a major off-center strike with bold doubling on the lettering. Some reports even suggest it could have been accidentally struck on the wrong type of metal planchet. Whatever the case, it's an absolute unicorn in the coin world. So how do you know if you've got the golden ticket? The golden penny? Look for the D below the date. That tells you it was minted in Denver. Off-center strikes, doubling on the obverse, front, side, or a different than normal composition. Weight check. If you suspect you have something special, weigh it. A normal 2006 D penny should be around 2.5 grams. Anything off? You might have a rare planchet error, color and texture. If the coin looks different, maybe a different sheen or texture, it could be a sign it was struck on the wrong material. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would anyone pay $1 million for a penny? Well, my friends, welcome to the wild world of coin collecting. The value comes from rarity and demand. If only one or two of these error coins exist, collectors and auction houses will fight tooth and nail to own it. Think of it like owning a one-of-a-kind Picasso painting. Except this one fits in your pocket. A verified 2006 D-error penny sold at auction for nearly $1 million, and another is rumored to be out there. This means there's still a chance for someone, maybe you, to find one in cash in big time. All right, folks, time for the big takeaway. Check your change, inspect those pennies, and don't underestimate the power of small things. You never know when your next gas station visit or grocery store checkout will lead to $1 million discovery. If you found this video helpful, funny, or even slightly entertaining, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more tips on coins worth big money. I post regularly about rare finds, coin collecting strategies, and how you can turn pocket change into a serious investment. And hey, if you do find that $1 million penny, don't forget who told you about it first. Maybe just buy me a coffee or a sports car. Your call, where we turn pocket change into a treasure hunt. Today, we've got a wild story for you about a penny. Yeah, you heard me right. A single penny worth over $1 million. That's more than some houses. If you've ever thought that pennies are just annoying little coins cluttering up your car cup holder, think again. Because if you happen to have this one rare 2019 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, you could be sitting on a fortune. But before you start emptying your piggy banks and flipping over couch cushions, let's break down what makes this penny so valuable, how you can spot one, and what to do if you find one. Plus, I'll share a personal story about how I almost threw away a coin that could have been worth thousands. You don't want to miss this. All right, let's start with the basics. The 2019 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is a bit of an anomaly. Normally, pennies struck in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark. But what makes this one stand out is an error that took the coin world by storm. This particular penny has a unique doubling effect, making it a rare and highly sought-after collectible. What exactly happened? Well, the U.S. Mint produces billions, yes, billions with a B, of pennies every year. Sometimes, due to mechanical misalignment, a coin gets struck multiple times, creating a noticeable doubling on certain features like Lincoln's face or the lettering. This 2019 penny has a doubling on the date and the word Liberty, making it a true collector's dream. Now, let's talk about the value. Just recently, one of these rare pennies sold for a staggering $1.1 million at an auction. Why so much? Rarity plays a huge role. The more elusive a coin is, the higher its demand. Add in the fact that many of these pennies went into circulation unnoticed, and suddenly, the hunt is on. So how do you know if you have one? First, check any 2019 pennies you come across, especially if they don't have a mint mark. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the date and lettering for any doubling. If you see even the slightest hint of a misprint, get that coin appraised immediately. Now, let me share my own painful lesson. A few years ago, I was going through some spare change and found what looked like a slightly odd penny. Didn't think much of it, tossed it into a tip jar at a coffee shop, and went about my day. Later, I saw an article about a rare penny that looked exactly like the one I had. My heart sank. Did I just give away a coin worth thousands? I'll never know. The moral of the story? Always check your change before spending it. The $1 million penny. Who knew something so small could be worth so much? If you're into coin collecting or just love the thrill of a treasure hunt, start checking your pennies. You never know what's hiding in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on finding coins worth serious cash, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our latest finds. And if you've ever had a close call with a valuable coin, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. All right, folks, today we're talking about a penny that could buy you a mansion, a luxury car, and still leave you with enough to never look at another vending machine again. Yes, you heard that right. The 2008 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is making waves in the coin collecting world with a jaw-dropping market value of $1.2 million. That's a whole lot of zeros for a coin that most people wouldn't even bend down to pick up off the sidewalk. Now, before you go flipping over every penny in your change jar, let's break this down and see why this tiny piece of copper is worth more than most people's houses. I remember the first time I heard about a rare penny being worth big bucks. I was at a flea market, and this old-timer, let's call him Coin Carl, was telling me about how he once found a rare wheat penny in a roll from the bank. At first, I thought he was pulling my leg, but then he whipped out a little notebook full of notes on coin values and errors. That man treated pennies like they were stock market investments, and let me tell you, he was onto something. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of this 2008 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. What makes it so special? Well, it comes down to a rare minting error. Normally, pennies struck in Philadelphia have no mint mark, but this particular 2008 version has some anomalies that separate it from the millions of other pennies produced that year. The biggest reason this penny is worth a fortune is because of a highly unusual die error. Somewhere in the production process, the mint used a highly polished proof die intended for collector sets on a regular circulation coin. This resulted in a coin with an ultra-sharp design, deep mirror-like fields, and a frosted portrait of Lincoln. But here's the kicker. It was released into circulation before anyone at the mint noticed. Talk about a happy accident. Collectors and coin experts went wild when they discovered it, and over time, its value has skyrocketed. This isn't just a penny with a little mistake. It's a once-in-a-lifetime error that turned an everyday coin into a millionaire's dream. Now, let's talk money. The latest auction record for one of these bad boys? A cool $1.2 million. Just imagine going through your couch cushions and finding that kind of payday. Suddenly, every penny starts looking like a potential gold mine, right? So, how do you know if you have one? First, grab a magnifying glass because you're going to need it. Look for an extremely reflective surface. This coin will almost look like it belongs in a proof set. The details on Lincoln's face should be razor sharp, and if you tilt it under light, you'll see that deep mirror effect. If you spot one that fits the bill, you might just be sitting on a fortune. Before you go spinning it on a cup of coffee, get it authenticated by a professional grading service. Trust me, you don't want to be the person who accidentally hands a $1 million coin to the gas station cashier. Now, if you don't have one, don't be discouraged. Rare coins are hiding everywhere: banks, pocket change, even old piggy banks from your childhood. And the best way to stay ahead of the game? Keep learning and keep looking. That brings me to my final point. If you love finding hidden treasures in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button. I'll keep you updated on all the coins worth money, the best strategies for coin hunting, and maybe even share a few more stories from Coin Carl's legendary collection. You never know what's out there, and with a little knowledge, you just might strike it rich. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting. Hey, coin lovers! Imagine checking your pocket change and finding a penny worth $1.3 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, grab your magnifying glasses because today, we're talking about the legendary 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that could be worth a small fortune. Before you dump out that jar of coins in a frenzy, stick with me. I'll tell you what makes this penny so valuable, how to spot it, and, most importantly, how you could be sitting on a gold mine without even knowing it. Now, let me tell you a quick story. Years ago, I was at a flea market, sifting through a box of old coins that a guy was selling for $1 each. I thought I hit the jackpot when I found a wheat penny from 1914. Turns out, it was a common one. But imagine if I had found this 1995 no-mint Mark penny instead? I'd be sipping coconut water on a beach right now instead of making YouTube videos. Kidding? Mostly. So, what's the deal with this 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny? Let's break it down. First off, most pennies have a little letter under the date, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and sometimes nothing, which means it was struck in Philadelphia. But this particular 1995 penny is different. It has an no-mint mark, yet it's not just any ordinary Philly minted coin. It's a one-of-a-kind mint error, a true numismatic mystery. It wasn't supposed to exist, yet somehow it slipped through quality control, made its way into circulation, and now it's worth over $1 million. That's like finding a unicorn in your backyard. Collectors and experts believe that a very tiny batch of these error coins was produced before the mistake was caught. That's why they're so incredibly rare. Unlike the standard 1995 penny, which you can find by the handful in any spare change jar, this one is nearly impossible to come by. But hey, never say never. It must be a 1995 penny. Obviously, that's step one. Number 1994s or 1990 SIXS. Okay, it should have an O mint mark under the date. If you see a little D or S, sorry, but no yacht for you just yet. The coin should be in pristine condition. Errors like these tend to hold more value when they're in great shape. Think of it like vintage cars. A mint condition classic is always worth more than a rusty old beater. If you think you have one, get it checked by a professional coin grading service. And if they confirm it, well, congratulations, you just hit the jackpot. Time to call a lawyer and a financial advisor because your penny is worth more than a Lamborghini. But let's be real. The odds of finding this exact coin are slim. That doesn't mean you should stop checking your pennies. Plenty of other valuable coins are floating around out there, and I'm here to help you find them. All right, my fellow treasure hunters, that's the inside scoop on the 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny worth $1.3 million. If you made it this far, you're officially part of the secret society of coin collectors who know what's up. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket change? Do you have an old jar of pennies just waiting to be searched? Drop a comment below and let's talk coins. And hey, if you love finding money in unexpected places, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and treasure hunting secrets coming your way. Don't forget to hit that like button. It helps more people discover the hidden value in their spare change. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Who knows? Your next penny might just be worth $1 million. Have you ever dug through your spare change, hoping to find something rare and valuable? Well, hold on to your hats because today, we're talking about a 1961 D. Lincoln penny that sold for a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. That's right, one little penny that could buy you a mansion, a fleet of sports cars, or enough tacos to last you a lifetime. But what makes this penny so special? And how can you tell if you have one hiding in your piggy bank? Stick around, because I'm breaking down everything you need to know about this coin, including its crazy backstory, what to look for, and how you can find valuable coins in your own collection. And quick story. When I first got into coin collecting, I almost spent a rare penny at a gas station. True story. I was short a few cents, grabbed some change, and was about to hand over a 1955 double-die penny worth thousands. The cashier had no idea, but luckily, I did a last-minute check and snatched it back. Moral of the story, always check your pocket change, my friends. Now, let's dive into the legend of the 1961 D penny. All right, so let's start with the basics. The 1961 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, as you can tell from the little D under the date. Normally, these pennies aren't worth much more than a few cents, maybe a few bucks in pristine condition. But this one, this ultra-rare penny, has something special that makes it worth over $1 million. So, what's the big deal? It's all about the error. That's right. This penny has a rare and bizarre minting mistake that collectors go absolutely wild for. Experts believe that a small batch of these pennies were struck using an experimental planchet, a unique metal composition that wasn't supposed to be used. This resulted in a coin with a slightly different look and weight. Now, if you're wondering, how do I know if my penny is worth millions? You'll want to check a few key details. First, check the weight. The standard 1961 D penny should weigh around 3.11 grams. But if you have a rare one, it might be slightly off. That's a big clue. Second, examine the color. The rare versions tend to have a slightly different hue, sometimes a more vibrant reddish tone due to the metal composition. Third, look for doubling in the lettering or date. Any extra thickness or shadow-like effect could indicate a valuable variety. And finally, if you really think you've got something special, get it authenticated by a reputable coin grading service. Don't just take it to your neighbor Bob who knows a guy. You need professionals to confirm its authenticity. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping sale. In 2024, one of these pennies went up for auction, and after an intense bidding war, it sold for $1.4 million. Imagine finding one of these in your change jar and suddenly becoming a millionaire overnight. Crazy, right? So, what's the takeaway here? Well, first off, always check your change. That little penny in your couch cushions could be your golden ticket. Second, educate yourself on what to look for. The more you know, the better your chances of spotting valuable coins. And third, don't be afraid to get your coins professionally checked. A little investment in grading could mean a huge payday. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. I've got plenty more videos coming on coins worth serious money and strategies to help you find them. And hey, if you ever find a rare penny, let me know in the comments. Who knows, maybe one of you will be the next millionaire collector. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Alright, folks, picture this. You're digging through your change jar, looking for a quarter to feed the parking meter, and bam. You spot an old, worn-out penny. You think, just another penny. But what if I told you that little copper coin could be worth over $1 million? Yeah, you heard me right. A 1968 Lincoln penny with no mint mark recently sold for a whopping $1.50 million. Today, we're diving deep into the mystery of the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny, why it's worth a fortune, and how you might have one hiding in your collection. Trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to be tearing apart couch cushions, raiding piggy banks, and interrogating grandma about her old coin jar. Let's get into it. First things first, most 1968 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But here's where things get interesting. Philadelphia coins normally don't have a mint mark, which is totally normal. However, the 1968 no mint mark penny that sold for $1.5 million wasn't from Philadelphia at all. It was actually a mistake, an ultra-rare error coin that somehow escaped quality control and made its way into circulation. Imagine a factory worker at the US Mint sipping their morning coffee, totally oblivious that they just let $1 million coin slip through the cracks. Oof, talk about a bad day at work. So, you're probably wondering, alright, how do I know if I have one of these? If there's a little D or S under the date, sorry, you're out of luck. But if there's nothing there, keep going. The $1 million penny had an ultra-crisp design, meaning it wasn't just any old worn-out coin. If yours looks sharp, you might be onto something. Look for double die strikes, off-center designs, or weird-looking letters. These errors can skyrocket the value even more. If you think you have a winner, you need to get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Trust me, no one's handing over $1 million for a coin unless it's certified. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A while back, I was at a flea market, sifting through an old man's random collection of coins. He had this big OL bucket labeled, "Junk Pennies, 5 for $1." Now, if you know me, you know I love a good treasure hunt. So I grabbed a handful and lo and behold, I found a 1968 penny with no mint mark. For a split second, I thought I hit the jackpot. My hands were shaking. My heart was racing. Then, reality smacked me in the face. It was just a regular Philly penny. No $1 million payday for me. But hey, it was a good reminder that treasure is out there if you're willing to look. Okay, but what's my 1968 penny actually worth? Here's the deal. If it's a normal 1968 penny, it's worth, well, a penny. Maybe a few cents if it's in good shape. But if it's a legit no mint mark error coin, the price can go through the roof. A lower grade version can sell for a few hundred to a few $1,000s. But that pristine, museum quality coin? That's where you hit the $1.5 million jackpot. People are paying serious money for rare error coins, and the market for collectible pennies is hotter than ever. So don't overlook those little copper coins. Alright, my fellow treasure hunters, that's the scoop on the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny. It's living proof that big money can come in the smallest, most unexpected places. Now, before you go turning your house upside down searching for one, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I drop videos on rare coins, valuable finds, and insider strategies to help you make money from your collection. You never know, the next video might just reveal the $1 million coin sitting in your pocket. Also, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin in your change. I love hearing those wild stories.